has 21 Savage been rapping Drake under the table when they get together like this whole time?
The Weeknd do $1 billion. I had to read the headline twice. I was like, bro, did I read? Is that $1 million? This is 115, episode 115 of the Rhythm and Rhymes podcast. I'm your host, AJ Hughes. I'm here with my co-host, Antonio Hughes. And this is Mr. Potter. He's done more pods than me. He's done more pods than me. He's been hosting one for years now. And now he's venturing out into other podcasts. He's lending his voice to other audiences. We love it. How has your week been going?
It's been pretty good. I definitely want to get out of this winter weather. I've been super cold. It dropped in the negatives over the weekend, and honestly, it hasn't felt any better since. But, you know, we're getting to the end of the year, trying to make some goals for next year, fix things up, have a better year. So
that's crazy. The negative, bro, I don't remember what the negatives feel like. I don't remember.
You don't?
I don't. Yeah, I'm glad I don't remember, you know? Like I was just saying earlier, 48 degrees feel cold down here. That's what we at with it.
Yeah, I was like, even when people was so happy about the snowfall when it came to Florida, I was like, y'all don't even know. Like, y'all don't even know. This is pity. This is play stuff. This is not real snow.
You have no idea. Let's get into it though. You put an article in here that I had put it in here initially and then I took it out because I just felt like I hadn't all the way thought through it. But basically the article is referencing the company HYBE, you know, responsible for basically all of K-pop. Basically all of K-pop. They came in and bought Quality Control, QC, Lil Baby and them from the previous owners with Scooter Braun. And you put this article in here saying HYBE is to build a global platform for African talent via a new partnership with Tyler's managers, Brandon Hickston and Colin Gale. Did you read through this article and what do you think about the headline? Because I have another headline that follows up that goes with this.
I did get to read through this article. I do think that HYBE is making some really strategic partnerships. They're kind of seeing what we've been seeing in the fact that music is now a global sport. It's not just the United States. I think that they're trying to properly position themselves for these next upcoming, I would say 5 to 10 years. I think things can really take off in Africa. I own the ETF that just is all of Africa and the African companies for a reason. I put it in my Roth IRA for a reason. I really do think that Africa is going to be one of those places that this culture is seeping from. And I think that it's important for different companies to do this. I wish there would be more American companies that are making ventures out into these other markets. The fact that HYBE recently had the partnership in India, I think that's also interesting because of how fast India's population has grown and just the fact that the Bollywood scene and that whole genre of music has been relatively big over there for a while. I remember going into some of the like there's an Indian like mall over here in our
the strip
area.
mall by we're localizing it. The strip mall by Westfield.
Yep. That strip mall, Illinois, random strip mall, but they own the whole block. In one of their specific buildings, they always have Bollywood music playing. And one time I walked in there this is when I still did Grubhub and DoorDash and everything. And I was like, I understand why people like this music. Like it has a different type of bop to it, especially with it fitting into the culture of the people that you'll even see in a Naperville. But I do think this is interesting to see them continue to build out these different partnerships in different areas of the world, especially knowing that even a person like, I saw a different article that I sent to you earlier in the week that was about Jay-Z partnering with a company in Japan.
Yeah. That was
Korea. Sorry, not Japan, Korea.
I just seen that. Yeah, it's interesting to see how that part of the world is making their presence felt. Is Jay-Z's Marcy Penn Capital Partners has signed a memorandum of understanding with South Korea Hanwha's Asset Management to launch a 500 million K culture investment fund, which is nuts. I did not know Jay-Z was in on K-pop. Um, but yeah, it's interesting to see like I guess more broadly than music, how that part of the world chooses to invest. Like I read an article that said that was it I think it was the Middle East owns more of London than uh the government does or the crown does. I forget. I gotta find the stat. But it's just they make their presence felt through investment in an interesting way. Like when I learned the Jamaican airport was owned by the Chinese, I'm like, that's wild to think about. Like the Montego Bay Airport is owned by another country. You know what I'm saying? And so you kind of have like y'all are in business for a long time that way. You know what I'm saying? So you get to understand what's happening and you make your presence felt. Um, but I just wonder, I guess, to bring it back to the music world, how does this affect the music? Does it make it better or worse? Do you think like the way that they built up K-pop, they're going to start trying to do the same in these other areas, like in terms of the way that they build artists, the way they put music out? Because personally, like it feels very much like I feel like when I've listened to I forget what the dude's name was that was he was doing all the songs with the rappers and stuff like that. He did a song with Central C. I
You
think he
talking about
did a
J-Hope?
song with I think so, yeah. And then Lotto and stuff like that.
Yeah, J-Hope.
The way I describe that is like, bro, it felt like he was digitally marketing his music to me.
Hmm.
Like, and I'm a marketer, and I would still say that's a negative connotation. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh, I thought it was
Like
positive.
it was like they're trying to optimize the conversion rate from the homepage to the first track to the second track. They're optimized. It didn't feel like I don't want to say it didn't feel organic. That's not the best, but it felt artif- artificial or contrived or I don't know. Does this make sense?
No, that completely makes sense. I think that oftentimes when you see outside people of a different culture coming into a new culture, you do see them almost ruin it sometimes. It really depends on what we're speaking on, but I do think that HYBE hasn't really made any bad moves yet. I feel like we haven't seen them make anything that raised
I would
eyebrows.
disagree.
You would disagree? What would you say was their bad
Maybe
move?
not bad, but like what has QC done since they've been sold as a
But,
label?
but is that on HYBE or is that on QC artists? Because I feel like
I think
since
it's
then,
in I- are you asking me or are you going I'll let you respond and then I'll tell you what I think.
well, I think since then, who's been on QC? Lil Baby hasn't been putting out like smashes.
City
Um,
Girl.
City Girls split and started
No,
doing other
City
things.
Girl. It's only one of them now. City Girl.
Yeah, so City Girl, whatever.
Yeah, Lil Yachty,
Lil Yachty,
Rilo,
Migos.
what's his name? Rilo Rodriguez.
He's still been putting out decent music, but
He's
still,
carrying the label. What's going on?
like Migos, one person died, the other two split
Amigo.
up. Yeah, literally Migo. So
You,
like
bro.
I'm I don't
Yeah,
that
we
is
went
to me
from
though, that doesn't feel like that's a hype thing. That feels like that was also internal beefs and internal issues that these different artists were going through with QC before any of that happened.
but I'm saying like, all right, what I from my perspective of the articles I've read, the headlines that have come out,
Yeah,
and I wasn't saying the J Hope guy, I wasn't saying it in a like culture. I wasn't even approaching the culture vulture esque portion of it. I was just saying this doesn't, you hear a song, you see an artist, you're like, oh, this sounds dope. Let me go see it. You know what I'm saying? I was more just saying, like, I never came across it on social. Nobody ever sent it to me. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, if it just felt like he was like, you see an ad or like it pops up in the suggested, how Spotify has that little suggested bar where it's like, we think you'd like, that's a pay for, like, people are paying for that spot. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It feels like that. It didn't feel like I was finding it organically, maybe I'll say.
Okay.
But I think the point of like HYBE and QC, it looks to me like HYBE is trying to get their hands in every sector of music. right? They did K-pop. They went and bought a big label, a big imprint in QC, like over in hip hop now. They just started HYBE Latin America a little while ago. Um, and now they're you know what I'm saying? Like they're investing in different parts. And now this is Afrobeats thing, is what I
Yeah.
meant to say. Um, it feels like they're trying to get into everything, and I feel like they'll be in everything, but in what way? Like in what impactful way? I would say. I don't. I At this moment, it doesn't feel like it's going to. We're not about to get our next big artist from HYBE in the music that we listen to. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I just don't think they're changing the game.
Yeah, I could definitely see how it could lack depth within the music and I guess actual artist building. You're kind of just putting your investment in and not putting any time into the actual artists and the labels themselves. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't, and I guess in saying it this way, I don't mean for it to come off like a negative, but usually I'm just looking for like, yo, what are we about to get from this? What's about to be productive? And I just don't think like, you know what I'm saying? They're making buku money, but it hasn't entered my hemisphere yet. Like I'm not into, and maybe this is just, I feel like, I've always felt weird about, maybe not weird, but so many people I'm cool with and so many people I'm around love like Korean and South Korean culture and like South Asian culture in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? And I just might be like mentally distanced from it. I don't like not like it. I just don't know anything about it. I haven't like anime for an example. Like my
Mm.
best friends love anime and I'm just like if it's not Dragon Ball Z, like I don't even be wanting to turn it on. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I don't think it's good, but I just ain't got into it. And the same thing with the music. I just haven't been like, you know what? Let me go listen to J Hope today. I mean, I did listen to him with Lotto, but I didn't do it for J Hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. I think it's just one of those things where you just got to hear more of it. Even though I've never really been into K-pop specifically, like I can say animes. There's different ones. Like I've watched One Punch before. I'm a big Naruto person. I like Naruto. That's an anime. And like you said, Dragon Ball Z. But I just think it's not something we've been exposed to. So if you guys want to expose us, comment your favorite anime in the comments below.
Whoa,
You see that? Do
whoa,
you see the CTA?
whoa. Yo, don't expose me, bro. Don't expose me, bro. Um, I saw there was another article I wanted to speak on. Oh, it was the Weekend. The Weekend sold his catalog for $1 billion. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm trying to find out if how much of it he owns or if this is just for his portion. That's what I'm looking for right now as we speak. But reading that number, it don't feel real. It don't
I,
feel real. Like the only one I could imagine, like Michael Jackson, $1 billion at the time it made sense because that's Mike. That's Mike, boy. But this is and the Weekend is the Weekend, but he's not Mike. You know what I'm saying? So to see the Weekend do $1 billion, I had to read the headline twice. I was like, bro, did I read? Is that a million?
You know, I would think the same thing if I didn't go then look back through his catalog. Let's remember, Hurry Up Tomorrow was one of the better albums of this year. Starboy sold crazy. The tour went crazy. Everything he's dropped for the past since honestly he started has been fire. It's really hard to I guess not see it that way because I feel like each of these albums alone could probably be worth maybe 50 to 100 million just alone by themselves
Whoa.
because of the
But the
fact of
thing,
how
you
much
think they're
they
streaming
encounter. Go
like
ahead,
that?
go ahead.
You think they're streaming like that?
He's let me look this up for you really quick.
Still,
The
and
Weekend has
listen.
been
I'm
the
not
most
doubting the
downloaded
Weekend. I'm
stream.
saying, like, bro, for them to pay $1 billion for it, it's like, what could that be returning year over year? Like, what could that really be? That's got to be bringing in buku money.
Okay, so he's he's Spotify's most streamed artist, over a billion streams. Like and it's been like that. He's been there for a long time. And think about how many times you were watching TV, and I know you probably don't watch TV a lot. NBA, NFL comes up, and you hear, "You don't have to run." Like he has so many songs that be on TV and that they could run on ads and stuff like that. He has music that's PG, and he has music that's more so on the side of, let's call it vulgar, let's call it more drugs, like talking about more of that stuff. They have a lot of places that they could put him for just song placement, so it's like it is kind of worth that much because it can make them a lot of money.
You know, I think, and I have weekend songs I like. I think
Hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan. You know how you're introduced to somebody, like somebody's first impression makes so much has so much of an impact on how you see them moving forward.
Hmm.
Because when I really associated, like you hear songs out, but you don't really know who makes them. My earliest memory of the weekend is like Starboy, the song. And that song, I
Really?
don't like that song. I'm a motherfucking Starboy.
That's your earliest memory?
Like I can't think of like when the first time I heard a song and I was like, I love this. Like the weekend song I love the most is Coming Out Strong with Future. I love that song. But his songs, like, it's only a couple of them. But that song, it was like it was so poppy. Where I'm like, ugh,
Yeah,
you know.
you gotta get more in your weekend
Put
bag.
me
Like
on,
some
put
of
me
these
on.
albums, bro. Beauty Behind the Madness had Tell Your Friends, and it had Earned It on
That's
it,
a
the
good
song that
song.
was on 50 Shades of Grey, literally. We had Trilogy, which had House of Balloons, Wicked Games, stuff like that. That's just the old stuff. And then we get into the New Year's. It's like I said, Starboy, My Dear Melancholy even was a good EP that had Call Out My Name on it. Crazy song on there that I remember hearing that on TV too. After Hours sent him like to a different stratosphere. Honestly, that was the
Yeah,
album where
that was a
the
disco
touring,
one.
yes, bro, the touring on that one went insane. Like I want to say he sold out every show, did stadiums. He the weekend is that artist. Like he's that artist right now. Like I feel like the other person who's been like on the top of like pop face, like everybody knows him. The weekend is there. He's been there.
I saw The Weeknd live too. I
When?
saw him at Lollapalooza,
Oh,
and I had a backstage pass.
when was that?
I was 17, you know what I'm saying? I've been outside. I've been jumped off the porch.
Shut up.
I've
Nigga
been
said
jumped off the porch. That that
no.
day, that day in VIP, I saw LL Cool J. They called me Big LA. I saw The Weeknd. I saw Logic, and then I saw somebody else. Those are the three.
Russ.
Oh, nah, I saw Russ that Lollapalooza, but not that day.
Oh,
I
okay.
almost got hit in the head with a trash can that day. I was in Gen Pop for sure. For sure. New music. New music. There's on here, there's one album I really enjoyed. One album I was just kind of okay with. You want to get into which one did you enjoy more, 21 Savage or Conway?
Uh honestly, I'd probably say let's start with 21 Savage. I could do 21 Savage first.
Okay. What happened to the streets? 15 tracks, 42 minutes. Crazy lineup of artists,
Hmm.
including but not limited to Drake, Glorilla, Young Nudie, G Herbo, Metro Boomin, Lil Baby, Jawan Harris. What did you think of this project, man?
I actually liked a lot of songs on this project. I felt like cohesively, I don't know if I really loved the cohesion that we got from this album. But there were standout tracks, and I always love to hear 21 Savage. I feel like I say this every time. How you start an album is very important. I think him starting with those first three songs was a pretty solid start. I didn't really like Ha. That was just it just felt weird to me. I didn't really love it that much. I liked the
Yeah, I don't like it.
Step Bro- yeah, it was just kind of it was okay at best. I really liked Step Brothers with him and Young Nudie. I think that was a really good song as well. Pop It Lotto, that's like what's it called? What's that Janae and Big Sean album called? 2089, something like
24, 28, 2040. What?
that. Hold on. Let's just
2048?
something like that.
Keep going. I'm gonna
Whatever
find
it
it.
is. Yeah. It was like that for me, Lovers on a track. But
2088. 2088.
yeah, 2088. But then we got to Drake. I was appalled. I will use appalled as the word. That was
You didn't like the song?
the one of the worst Drake performances I've ever heard in my life. You know how
Ever? Come on now.
ever in my life I heard Wagwan Delilah, and it might have been better than this. I did not like this song, bro. It came on, and I was like, "Is he serious? Like, are you dead ass?" And
What are
my
you
thing is,
saying?
it had me thinking about Her Loss, and I was like, "Yo, has 21 Savage been rapping Drake under the table when they get together like this whole time?" And you know what? Not on that
Yes.
album, but I would say he needs to stay away from 21 Savage as far as rap goes. This
Wait,
nigga
wait, 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 wait.
for this
Wait,
moment.
you can't do that because all right, look. Here's the thing. I'm gonna okay, so I was looking for Drake's worst song. I was trying to figure it out while you were saying that. But now we need to go back and do the history because prior to the album, they never missed.
Yeah.
The songs that they put out, you got Jimmy Crooks, you got Calling for You, you got what else you got on here? They got more than that. Sneaking,
Mm-hmm.
Knife Talk.
Yep.
There's one more too. I'm forgetting, but that one
But
was hard.
let
The
me
Mister
interject.
Right Now I didn't
Go
like.
ahead.
I didn't like. But, oh, I like Sneaking On. But go ahead.
I was
Go
just gonna
ahead.
say, now I want you after this pod, go listen to some of them songs and hear how 21 Savage is rapping this nigga up. I'm not kidding. I was listening to this song like, dang, he really be rapping this nigga under a table. And maybe they gonna kill me for this one, but I genuinely
You
felt
think?
like,
All right. I'm gonna have to go back and listen because now, now that you saying it, I'm thinking, sneaking and this and they go when we come on, bro, and they go, man, it was outstanding. That was looking at me that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
you
right.
really okay, but to finish
You're
off
right.
the album review, basically, I really like the song with him and Glorilla too. That's gonna do what it needs to do. Uh Code of Honor, G Herbo has been on a crazy feature run, J. Cole level feature run for me this year. Like I've heard him on so many people's albums where he felt like the standout on the album. He was even on the Conway album, and his verse was crazy on there. But I think this was a solid project. I even like the 21 Savage Lil Baby song, and I think Lil Baby right now, his features have been a lot better than like the songs on his album. Like I listened to
Yeah.
his album too. I was still sitting there like,
You listen
this
to
isn't
it?
bad. Yeah, I listened to a decent amount of it. Wasn't bad, wasn't that great, but yeah.
That's crazy. I think I don't know if we're just in an era where it feels like albums matter less for me now, and I hate that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I started listening to this and I wasn't like hype to listen to this. Maybe I'm getting grown, I don't know. But like I went back and looked at his albums and I was like, bro, like that last album he put out, I didn't even really like that album. I didn't even really like it.
Uh-huh.
He had the song on there with Burna Boy that was decent. He had All of Me, which I like. Red Rum was cool, but I didn't love that album. And then you got the Drake album, Her Loss, which was decent. I didn't like Savage Mode 2 that much.
What?
It wasn't Savage Mode 1.
Bro, that you know
Oh wait, no,
what, bro?
I kept scrolling. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying.
I was gonna say
I kept
you're
scrolling. I
bucking.
was looking at the first half and I was like, Miss Glock in my lap, I hated. Mr. Right Now, I hated. But then you got Many Man, you got Stepping on Niggas, you got Brand New Draco. No, I was like, yeah, I'm tripping. But I was thinking about the albums prior to that. That's where I was getting to.
Yeah,
I Am Better Than I Was is hard. I love that album. That's a great
ridiculous.
album. And
That
then
yeah,
before that was Without Warning. Without Warning was crazy. You
ridiculous.
remember that? You
Yeah.
remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's an album. Remember,
It's a hit.
it's an album.
It's a
What
hit.
was that?
It's a
I
hit.
got
That's what it
one,
was.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He couldn't miss, bruh. Savage Mode 1. Yeah, nah. His early. Maybe I'm just romanticizing my childhood. I think that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you gotta
I
adjust,
think
bro.
I'm doing that right now because I'm thinking about when I heard these songs. Like I was young and turned. You know what I'm saying? I was young and turned, and now it's like I'm older and turned, so it just don't hit the same.
Ari, you gotta coin the term older. I'm gonna make some R&R merch this next coming year. Old and still turn is gonna be on there. Older,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I ain't old. Older. I like older. But I'm gonna give. Yeah, I would just say I was whelmed with the project. We got a coin whelmed too.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but I'm glad to see G Herbo on this run. You know what I'm saying? That's what I will say about what I liked from this album. Step Brothers was also good. I think you I think your Drake take was interesting. I like it though. I'm gonna go back and do some research.
Just do some research. I think I might be bugging, but like when I really think about it, 21 Savage, maybe it's just when 21 Savage gets with Drake, but he be just rapping his ass off when he get around Drake. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, Out of the rest of the music, I do want to briefly mention J Hus. I don't want to stay on it for too long because, like, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm starting to be shifting away from listening to this stuff as soon as it comes out.
You think so?
Yeah, because I listened to the J Hus songs right before we recorded, and I thought about what I listened to it the first time. I was like, I'm not really messing with this, and then I listened to it. I was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of what I was thinking when I heard it. Like I liked the song with Skepta. Thought the song with Say I Vibes or Say Vibes. I don't know
Sai
how you
vibes,
Sai
Sai,
Sai.
like acai. Yeah,
Like Acai like the bowl. But I
yeah.
thought those two were solid. Banana Clip wasn't really for me, but like it was an
Banana
okay
Cup was
beat.
weird.
Yeah.
Banana Cup was weird. The beat flip in there was odd. It
Hmm.
was odd selection. But yeah, what I will say though, um, he dropped a 4-pack before he dropped not Common Sense. Uh I'm forgetting names of albums now. Look at me getting old, bro. Look at me getting older and
Are you
turned, bro.
talking about Big Brutal Yard?
The big conspiracy. Before the big conspiracy, he dropped a 4-pack. And it had one of my I love Darth Vader. That's one of my favorite J Hus songs on it. So hopefully this means we're getting more music. I think Half Clip is also a double entendre for like
Yeah.
he's about to let the full clip go soon. So I think we get another J Hus project. J Hus and J5 were I won't say they were beefing because I don't know what the situation was, but they were not working together for a couple of years, which is why like Big and Beautiful what was it, Beautiful Brutal Yard?
Yeah, I think
That's why it's named that. And
yeah.
that's why you don't really remember the album as an album. There's songs on it that are good, but the reason like, bro, The Big Conspiracy was entirely produced by J5. Go do your research. You know what I'm saying? He's actually him.
Uh,
And the first song with Skepta was produced by J5. So I'm optimistic that this next project will be better than the last project. Just from the fact, like he just had the last project was not cohesive at all. There was stuff on there. I'm like, why are you doing this? There was good stuff on there, but there was other stuff. It was like, bro, like it's crazy when you know an artist. I'm not even gonna say that. I digress. I digress. Anyway, I'm
go
excited
ahead.
for the next project. I'm excited for the next project. That's what I'll say about J Hus. That's where I'll leave it.
Okay. Definitely excited for the next JS outing, you know.
Um, I had interesting thoughts about the Scott's Mafuma album. He put out a project uh this weekend called Piatto Chapter One. The first one was called, I think, Piatto the Beginning, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Um, this song, it was 8 tracks, 35 minutes long. And what I will say, um, I liked it a lot. I didn't like it as much as the last project. The last project was in my top 5 projects of the year.
Mhm.
Piatto, A Different Chapter. This one was good, not as good to me. Another thing that I noticed, him and Liam Crazy, however you say it, they're my 2 favorite Amapiano artists, not producer DJs, but artists. They're my two favorite. I do not like them on songs together.
Do they just not mesh well?
They have two different styles. Like Scott's is a lot slower. Like the
Okay.
way his flow is a lot slower. It's like he vibing on the beat. Where
Mhm.
Lean Crazy feels like he's spitting. Like he, you know what I'm saying? He give me like with just how much he's like how fast he's rapping, like he give me like Jid. I'm not saying how he, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about delivery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't like them on tracks together. Like every track I hear them, it's like it feels like, and maybe this is just because they're so juxtaposed or contrasted, it feels like the producer don't know if the beat should be fast or slow.
That actually kind of makes sense when you put it that way.
I was just saying this out loud because I was trying to think. I was like, why don't I like this? But yeah, that's what it is. It just they don't feel good together. But I love everything they do separately. Like I just don't like any songs that they do on the same song. But I like the project, and I think he's on Sony Music now, which is cool. So I'm glad they're still putting out music. Um, you wanted to, I didn't really want to mention too much about the Sedge project because I didn't get to listen to the full thing, but I just wanted to say the second track on there, y'all know I'm a kicker for anything Tokyo Drift.
Hmm.
Y'all see it back there. You heard the beat?
Yeah, yeah. I had to restart it because I thought I was tweaking when I heard it.
Yeah, I definitely was like, we need to hit San Juan very soon in the next 6 months. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I need to hit San Juan like ASAP. That's what I was, or Panama, one of them two. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody that
Panama.
just moved to Panama for a couple months. Um,
To do what?
uh,
Is that hate? I
uh,
don't know what that's hate.
it's not. I think it's. I mean, I don't think it's hate, but it's she's. I'm forgetting the term, but basically she works remotely and she's traveling from place to place. So she's just in
Oh,
Panama right now.
okay.
But yeah, I do. Maybe it'll be Panama because me and Sano are trying to do Belize next year.
Ooh, that's a big
Belize. We're trying to do Central America for real.
one.
If you're interested in the fall, we try to do it.
I'm always
Uh,
interested.
but yeah, I the Setch album made me feel like I needed to be in San Juan for a little bit. I need to hear this outside. There's certain reggaeton songs. That's how I know if it's like this is a banger. If it like makes me want to go out and listen to. It makes me want to because I can't go listen to Spanish music here for real. Like there's a couple of spots, but like I need to go hear it out because I need to see what it's gonna do. That's how I know
Yeah,
it's fire.
yeah.
So there was some of that on here.
That's something I love about Chicago is that we still do have that big Hispanic culture, and you could still catch different clubs and bars out here where they are playing this type of music. Or even I went to this place called Icon in Joliet, and they had a top floor and a bottom floor, and the top floor is just kind of like normal club area. It was small, to be honest, but then the bottom floor, they had it wasn't a mariachi band, but it was like a Spanish band playing. I spent more time out there listening to them than I spent in the actual club part. I was out there moving hips and all that versus hey, and they're playing rap. And I was like, it's whatever, but
Yeah, yeah, bro. I need to get back outside. Well, no, it's the winter. I don't need to get back outside, but I've been itching to get outside like one time. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think I'm going out on New Year's this year. I think it's bad luck. I think I need to stay inside on New Year's. But Conway the Machine, You Can't Kill God with Bullets. Another album that came out this weekend. I was not able to get to. It was a lot of music that came out this weekend. We ate good this weekend. Um, but what did you think of this project?
I really like this project. This project kind of epitomized that whole Jay Z bar where he was talking about switching up his sound and how that helped him sell more records and stuff like that. I really do think that Conway is a person that hasn't been going fully away from the Griselda sound, but he's done a good job of mixing different types of production within what he's done on these recent albums. I really liked the first three songs. Say it again. How you start an album really matters. For him to come out that strong, I really liked how he was rapping on there. I felt like he wasn't kind of how I was speaking on doing the Griselda thing. Even though I like Griselda, I always will like Griselda, but he was shortening up the songs, making them more concise. I really appreciated that as well. I like this song a lot with, again, G Herbo, New Devils. His verse on there was crazy. I also think the song Hold Back Tears at the end of the project, that was song 16. Really deep song. He really got to talk about a lot of his mind state, losing a kid, all that type of stuff. I really like this album, and I think it's something you guys should check out.
Okay. Conway be killing tracks though. I hate that like visually. I think this has more to do with aesthetics, but like he rap he make rapping difficult look effortless. Like not in a way where like Rick Ross rapped lavishly.
Hmm.
Conway, when he rap, he make it seem like he just talking to you or just spitting to you, but he actually doing some crazy word flips in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Biggie do that. Whereas like I don't know if I'm making sense, but Jay-Z, like when he make it sound effortless too, but he don't really get super complex with the bars. He might say something that has a double meaning, but it's never that complex. You know what he's saying. Sometimes like with Conway, it just feel like it's like when you go back and read it, it's like, how you do that?
David and Nux are really good at that too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good comp. But I remember the first time I heard Conway, that was the Alchemist Project, the one with the
Yep.
shark on it.
Yep.
That was hard, bro.
It
That was
was.
hard. Um, Other than that, bro, there was another album I wanted to mention.
Okay.
It's called I don't know what it's called, bro. It's spelled SGUBULOPO. Scubulopo. Scubulopo. I said that right. Scubulopo by Sean Music with a Q. He's in a cowboy hat
Hmm.
on the cover. Interesting cover choice. The only reason I mentioned this is because he put out one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite Afrobeat songs called Yini Ngafi
Hmm.
a long time ago. He put this project out, and everybody that I like to listen to in Amapiano is on this project. So Scott's is on this project, Lean Crazy is on this project, Focalistic, Cowboy, a lot of good name, DJ Matt Parissa, Young Stunner. It's a lot of people on here that I like. And there's a certified banger on here. I Party, Scott's Mafuma. You if you know the artist, you ain't gotta say nothing else. I Party, you're gonna party.
No, you right. You right.
All
No,
right.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Some of this stuff definitely worth checking out. I feel like you just got to find the right setting to go listen to it in.
Mhm.
I'm also gonna mention, but I have obviously have not made it through this album. Kelvin Momo gave us 3 hours and 42 minutes of music. 3 hours and 42 minutes of music, bro. 31 songs.
31.
31, 31 songs, bro. And the names that I would love to see him with, Baby SON, they work together. A minute ago, Nia Pearl, Sticks. Bro, he be locking these people in the studio. Factual. There's no way. How you get so much music out? He's locking them in the studio. DJ Matt Perissa is also on here. I thought I saw Cobbs Day Small, but there's so many tracks. I feel like I'm missing it. I don't know. Shakes and Less. Just mentioning these names if you listen to On My Piano. Um, but yeah, I don't know when I'll make it through this project, but I'm gonna try. If you know me, I'm gonna try. He's been in my top artist for the last 3 years, so I'm gonna try.
You know what? When you were speaking on the Scott's My Fuma album, I was like, yo, that's an average of 7 minutes per song. Like these niggas be in there just that just don't stop. Just loops all day, bro. Like
I like it because you're guaranteed 45 seconds to a minute and a half of just instrumental on each end of the song, on each end of the song, and then they're gonna come in and the hook about to be a minute long. Scott Mafuma about to give you a minute hook. And so it's just a vibe. That's why I'm like, it's perfect to throw on while you in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect to throw on. Um, I'll throw it on like when I'm in the car going somewhere occasionally. Like it's travel uh to do music,
Mhm.
essentially. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? 3 hours. If you have 3 hours and 42 minutes this week, The album, I didn't even give y'all the album name because, bro, I'm somebody need to teach me the language of South Africa because these words, bro, they don't. Our linguistics are not prepared for what they be what they be doing.
Hell no.
N apostrophe wana space wa muto songa. I'm gonna look up what this mean, bro. But yeah, go listen to that. This has been a longer episode, but I think it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed this. I enjoyed
Yeah.
this. What songs do you want to give the people this week?
Uh, okay. So there were some other albums that came out, some other good projects. Didn't get to make it through all of them, but one that I did listen to was Light Years, Nas, DJ Premier. I really like this album. I'll give y'all New York State of Mind off for that. Nas rapping his ass off as usual. And then I will also give y'all Below Zero off that Friday project. It honestly felt like a Christmas song. Go listen to this and tell me if you hear Charlie
I didn't
Wilson
get to that.
because,
I need to get to that.
dude, this nigga Friday, yo, I thought I was
He
listening to
said,
Uncle Charlie, bro. The voice was like the voice was immaculate. The types of songs and the beats he picked, crazy. So go listen to these two, Below Zero, Friday, and then New York State of Mind Part 3, Nas, DJ Premier.
"That's crazy." Yeah, Friday's been killing it. Friday's been killing it. When I heard him do a compa song, I was like, "Oh, he's in his duffel. He's in his duffel." Okay. This week for y'all, I almost gave y'all a juke song from Chicago this week. I almost did it, but I'm not gonna do that. Um, I got a feel good song for y'all. Heard it all before by Sunshine Anderson. You know the song. You know the song.
We're not talking about heard it all before. Heard
Yes,
it.
we are. Yes.
I thought that was
Heard
Yellow.
it all before. Nah. Sunshine Anderson. You don't even know that. And the crazy part is, I went back and looked at her catalog. I don't know another Sunshine Anderson song. Um, and then I'm gonna give y'all. This was an interesting one that came out, bro. On the Low by Tiwa Savage and Skepta. It's On the Low Part 2, excuse me, by Tiwa Savage, Skepta, and the Ironics. And they did like a Amapiano-esque record, which I actually enjoyed. And let me say, I know the Amapiano purists don't enjoy like the West making Amapiano, but to me, it's like I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what we got for y'all this week, man. I've had some ideas recently, so there should be some interesting stuff coming out. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yep. Like, subscribe, send this to 3 people.
Comment your favorite anime intro track
Okay. Okay. I can mess with that.
if we can get there. If we have that type of demographic, you know what's crazy? Fun fact: our most listened to audio country is Germany, bro. That's so
That is,
weird.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
I don't, bro. Germany was one. The U.S. was two. Austria was on there. Nigeria was on there, and then South Africa was on there. South Africa was three.
Okay.
But I thought that was so random. We got
Yeah.
a tour. We got a tour. We're going on tour, boy.
We're not coming to Germany. They don't like us out there. I'm not gonna lie. The few listeners might, but overall, go New York.
Y'all can meet us. Y'all can meet us in another country, man. Just take the train, bro. We'll see
Hell
y'all next week, bro.
yeah.